Hi, aloha. It's Jamuna. And I don't know, today I felt like going deeper into the holy instant. It's a very rainy day here in Hawaii, especially on Oahu in Honolulu. And so, I don't know, today my faith has been tested. I just, like the weather, I just don't feel good. Every time there's layers that get peeled and healed, of course. Um, Stuff comes up and then I start feeling like crap. I start believing in the separation stuff and all that stuff. So, anyway, I wanted to go into chapter 15, section 4, practicing the holy instant. This course is not beyond immediate learning unless you prefer to believe that what God wills takes time. And this means only that you would rather delay the recognition that His will is so. The holy instant is this one and every one. The one you want it to be, it is. The one you would not have it be is lost to you. You must decide on when it is. Delay it not, for beyond the past and future in which you will not find it, it stands in shimmering readiness for your acceptance. Yet you cannot bring it into glad awareness while you do not want it, for it holds the whole release from littleness. Your practice must therefore rest upon your willingness. Sorry. Your practice must therefore rest upon your willingness to let all littleness go. The instant in which magnitude will dawn upon you is but far away as your desire for it. As long as you desire it not and cherish littleness instead, by so much is it far from you. By so much as you want it, will you bring it nearer. Think not that you can find salvation in your own way and have it. Isn't that important too? That's powerful. Give over every plan you have ever made for your salvation in exchange for God's. His will, His will content you, for there is nothing else that can bring you peace. For peace is of God and no one beside Him. Be you humble before Him and yet great in Him, and value no plan of the ego before the plan of God. For you leave your place in His plan, which you must fulfill if you would join with me. Empty by your decisions to join in any plan but His. I call you to fulfill your holy part in the plan that He has given to the world for its release from littleness. God would have His host abide in perfect freedom. This is kind of long. But anyway, every allegiance to the plan of salvation that is apart from Him diminishes the value of His will for you in your mind. And yet it is your mind that is the host to Him. Would you learn how perfect and immaculate is the holy altar on which your Father has placed Himself? This you will recognize in the holy instant in which you willingly and gladly give over every plan but His. For there lies peace, perfectly clear because you have been willing to meet its conditions. That's interesting. You can claim the holy instant anytime and anywhere you want it. In your practice, try to give over every plan you have accepted for finding magnitude in littleness. It is not there. Use the holy instant only to recognize that you alone can know not where it is, and can only deceive yourself. I stand within the holy instant as clear as you would have me, and the extent to which you learn to be willing to accept me is a measure of the delay in which the holy instant will be yours. I call to you to make the holy instant yours at once, for the release from littleness in the mind of the host of God depends on willingness and not on time. Isn't that great? It depends on willingness and not on time. For time we created, yeah? That's a big, true, awesome thing. I'm going to read it again. I call to you to make the holy instant yours at once. For the release from littleness in the mind of the host of God depends on willingness and not on time. 6. The reason why this course is simple is that truth is simple. Complexity is of the ego and is nothing more than the ego's attempt to obscure the obvious. You could live forever in the holy instant, beginning now and reaching into eternity, but for a very simple reason. Do not obscure the simplicity of this reason, for if you do, it will be only because you prefer not to recognize it and not to let it go. The simple reason, stated simply as what it is this: the holy instant is a time in which you receive and give perfect communication. That means, however, that it is a time in which your mind is open, both to receive and give. It is the recognition that all mind is in communication, and therefore seeks to change nothing but merely to accept everything. How can you do this when you would prefer to have private thoughts and keep them? The only way you could do this is to deny the perfect communication that makes the holy instant what it is. You believe that it is possible to harbor thoughts you would not share, and that the salvation lies in keeping your thoughts to yourself alone. For in private thoughts known only to yourself, you think you find a way to keep what you would have alone and share what you would share. And then you wonder, why is it you're not in full communication with those around you and with God who surrounds all of you together? Every thought you would keep hidden shuts communication off because you would have it so. It is impossible to recognize perfect communication while breaking communication holds value to you. Ask yourself honestly. Here we go. Would I want to have perfect communication? And am I wholly willing to let everything that interferes with it go forever? If the answer is no, then the Holy Spirit's readiness to give it to you is not enough to make it yours, for you are not ready to share it with Him, and it cannot come into a mind that has decided to oppose it. For the holy instant is given and received with equal willingness, being the acceptance of the single will that governs all thought. The necessary condition for the holy instant does not require that you have no thoughts that are not pure, but it does require that you have none that you would keep. Innocence is not of your making. This is a powerful paragraph. It is given you the instant you would have it, for it would not be atonement if there was no need for atonement. You will not be able to accept perfect communication as long as you would hide it from yourself, for what you would hide is hidden. In your practice today, try not to be try only, to be vigilant against deception, and seek not to protect the thoughts that you would keep unto yourself. Let the Holy Spirit's purity shine them away, and bring all your awareness to the readiness for purity He offers you. Thus will He make you ready to acknowledge that you are host to God and hostage to no one and to nothing. So that's that part, and that's what I felt to dive into a little bit um, right now. I would also, where is it? That's going to be a pacemaker. I know I live in Hawaii, so it's hot all the time. Like right now, it's muggy, even though it's hot. Like even though it's raining. Sorry. I guess I'll go into here a little bit. The distinction between the present moment and the holy instant. And this is a blog by Sister Nouk. I could put it in the description. But, so let's see. Let's look at the present moment. The term itself still pertains to the illusion of time, while the holy instant collapses time. The now moment is really all that is occurring at any one moment in the dream operation. If we truly desire to awaken from the dream, we must transcend the belief that we are bound to bodies and time. By moving into the realization that we, as a Christ self, are not in the dream at all. See, a lot of this I need to hear for myself, so that's good. The real questions we need to ask in this area are we presently aware of only the now moment, or are we lamenting the past or fearing the future? 2. Which self is it that is present perceiving? Is it the false self concept, or is it the holy self? What are we using this now moment awareness for? The present moment can be used by both the ego and the right mind. In my own experience, this is Nouk now. Awareness of the present moment is beneficial when I recognize that it is ripe with potential if given to the Holy Spirit to use on our behalf. The real purpose of now moment awareness is to access the choice point through which we consciously invite Holy Spirit, Holy Perception, to do our seeing and correct our perception. Before going further, the highest teaching, learning, and thus healing awakening possible in the entire dream of space-time is quantum forgiveness of the profound split between fear and love in our mind. This is the same split mind that projected the entire dream to begin with. A Course in Miracles teaches us to welcome, receive, and extend the overarching forgiveness of our deep-seated and habitual belief that we are separate from each other and God, as well as the belief that we are each imprisoned by separate bodies that can appear to victimize us. The split mind also contains another formidable yet erroneous assumption, that we each have private minds with separate agendas that can conflict with one another. There's a lot in here that I could put in there, but it's getting kind of long, yeah. I will share that link in the thing below, because I'm skipping over some of it. So I'll go into this part, the holy instant index bar. Of course, the now moment is a useful practical tool as we learn to recognize and catch the ego's incessant judgments of others and self. We can learn to watch the ego like a hawk. However, if we don't actually give those mistakes or judgments to Holy Spirit in exchange for the divine correction, atonement, then we will continue to carry the burden of feeling responsible. We may not be conscious of this, but we will feel a heightened sense of anxiety or threat. When we actually accept this divine correction, there's a deep sense of peace because we have unburdened ourselves of guilt as self-attack, and we now trust that our awareness has been returned to guiltlessness and our incorruptible innocence. This holy instant is the Holy Spirit's most useful learning device for teaching you love's meaning. For its purpose is to suspend judgment entirely. Judgment always rests on the past, for past experience is the basis on which you judge, and that's chapter 5, section 1, section 1, sentence 1 to 3. The Holy Spirit is a circuit breaker. In this instant, the mind is purified of its ego interpretation, even though present moment awareness opens the mind to spaciousness or expanded awareness. It's still frequently limited by the ego's sense of separate identity apart from others. Whereas the holy instant's purpose is to completely surpass present moment awareness by shifting our mind to an inclusive, unified perception. It shatters the bounds of present moment awareness because its purpose is to transcend the ego's mind's interpretation of a personal separate self apart from others. Okay. The holy instant is never for ourself alone. Unless this holiness or innocence, if you will, is shared with our brothers, then it is the ego using the present moment. The holy instant is the restoration of true union to our awareness, which is the opposite of separation. It is mostly experienced by sharing, forgiving, or extending it to others. Through our heartfelt willingness to extend forgiveness, gratitude, or blessing, we open to receive it. So, the holy instant is true communication, being the return of changeless union with a brother to awareness. In the holy instant, the clear light of vision is found, in which the Christ in us looks upon the Christ in another. Fear, blame, shame, guilt, and judgment, together with the past, merely vanish as we behold our deeply cherished memory of God right there in their place. This is from the Course. The whole reality of your relationship with Him, with a capital H, lies in our relationship to one another. The holy instant shines alike on all relationships, for in it they are one. The holy relationship is the expression of the holy instant this living in this world. In the holy instant, the condition of love is met, for minds are joined without the body's interference, and where there is communication, there is peace. And that's from text 17, um, and also text 15. I'll link it in the below. I'm never good at reading this. Yeah. And then it goes into how our private thoughts are really not private. They are continue to maintain separation. Anyway, thank you so much for joining in this, love, and with the miracles. And on this rainy day in Honolulu, I needed to share some light to know that I am the light, joined with you. And until next time, one love. Aloha.